Welcome back to FIA Formula 2. It is time to go racing around Germany. A round which was not supposed to be on the Formula 2 calendar. Well, we've had some changes. We've added 2 additional rounds to the calendar from its original calendar that was first created. We've added 2 extra rounds. This is one of them. And what a venue to create a mega weekend for PRL. You've got an F1, you've got the F1 weekend, you've got an F1 sprint, and you've also got FIA Formula 2 now as well. Right before we have the famous Indy 500 that takes place next week. Plenty of overtaking opportunity, plenty of noses can get chucked across. During turn 1, as we saw, previously in Formula 2 as well. Big opportunity by the time that you get down to turn number 6 on this circuit. The driver can make her move to the inside line later in the race, but did not. But we aren't going to be seeing any moves today. We'll be getting a lot of laps at the limit, and a driver can go off to Sachs curve. We've seen that previously around Germany as well. Magnificent circuit, brilliant circuit to go motor racing at. And I cannot wait to get this weekend underway. In the commentary box, my name is Omi. Delighted to be back with you for FIA Formula 2. You can see cars are on the circuit as we see the game go black. I might need to change the weather. Seems like it's glitched it. There we go. It was raining, so I'll put it back now on... I'll put it back on auto, so the game can do what it wants. I had to quickly adjust it because it was too dark. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to need to rejoin very quickly, so we can get Note, who I believe was attempting to interrupt us. I don't think it was actually Note. Never mind. So, yes. Qualifying currently taking place. I've put the weather back on auto, but it became too dark, as you could see. So, we couldn't really continue like that. Now we can... Oh, flipping around. It's one of the premiums. It's Harrison who's flipped around and collected by Jaden. Jaden pushing on, and it's Harrison and Jaden who make contact before we've even got to some racing. We went on air late. That's because I've been busy, very busy across so much broadcasting today. I've done F2 and F3 practice to start the day. Then I had a bit of a break where I had breakfast. Then I had FP1, F3 quali, F2 quali, and now this as well. So yeah, there's quite a bit of broadcasting I've done in a row. I've done everything from FP1 onwards has been in a row. So yes, apologies if I'm making a few extra errors today in this qualifying session, and a bit more slower and a bit more less energy, I guess, less energized for this compared to usual. But hopefully, but tomorrow we're actually, tomorrow I believe this is third of what I do. It's 11 AM, the sprint, and I still do 2 things before it. So, yeah, that's the incredible thing of it. But it's still pretty early tomorrow. I'll be doing it back to back again, but I'll probably have more energy. It's mostly, I think, Formula 2 that has to deal with. Formula 2 real life that has to deal with me having a bit less energy. But when it's Formula 2, I usually just gain it all. Formula 2 real life, automatically I gain it. Well, if it's something else, it may take a bit of time. Right, okay, laps coming over the line then. It is currently Note ahead of Harrison, ahead of Jaden. They are 1, 2, and 3 at the moment. They have both found an improvement last time around. So, are we watching a Formula 2 session that is competitive? I mean, sorry. We had one last time, but really? These are the 3 drivers. Powell's joined, by the way, as well. These are the 3 drivers who contended last week at Brazil. No, sorry. What I was trying to say is, you see the mistakes already starting. These 3 are the ones that have been across most of the sessions this season. We've seen them fighting together. Drivers, don't go a bit crazy. I'm about to put the daylight back to 12 because I needed to do that in studio, but it doesn't seem like it's really happened. So yeah. But these three have all debated it out all season long, but it's been Jaden who's had the edge. Now, are we finally now seeing another driver, possibly? Are we now seeing Note and Harrison both also fight it out equally with Jaden, who's fastest of all? I'll need to rejoin now again because Pal's joined, so we can get him on the camera. Lots of rejoining. But that is exactly what happens if a driver joins late. So, but yeah, we apologize for the little delayed start that we had. We missed about a minute or two, but that was just minutes of outlaps and stuff. I like to turn graphics. If I turn graphics all the way up for this qualifying session, I see that the game doesn't look the best for some reason. Even though you'd think with graphics at the highest, the game won't look the best. I think it becomes too dark in my opinion, which doesn't look the best in my opinion. So yeah. So that's why I like to keep the graphics lowest. Now, Jaden's quickest of all in the first and second sector. Jaden crosses the line to set a 1 minute 38.727. He goes to the front of the field. Harrison across the line. Can he respond? He is set a 1 minute 38.867. So he is just by over a tenth of a second. He is behind. This is fantastic. This is close Formula 2. And now Note's also improving as well. Pal's about to push on. So let's see what Pal can do. Believe me, I'd usually be much more excited for a PRL F2 qualifying session, especially if it's this close. Harrison's quickest of all in the first sector. I am trying my best, but my voice is absolutely dying after commentating so much today, and I'm really, really tired. Woke up early in the morning for Formula 3 practice. So yeah, done F3, F2 practice, FP1, F2, F3 quali, FP2 just now. Basically, I had to miss a few minutes of the ending of FP2 as well to come and commentate this. But this is prioritized because it's a competitive session. If this was a practice, then I'd probably be a bit late to this instead. But as it's a qualifying and it's a competitive session, it does get the priority. So, Note is quickest of all in the second sector, then Harrison still going fastest of all in the first, going fastest of all in the second. You can see that the margins are so close on this circuit. That is wide from Note. Is he going to be able to keep it together though and take the shortest route to the line? Note trying to get back onto the front row, trying to get to pole, and he's done it with 20 minutes to go. It's Note into P1, but Harrison gets the right to reply. Here comes the Prima man out of the final corner. Is he going to be able to take it away from Jaden? Is he going to be able to take it away from Note? Harrison goes to the front of the field. It's Harrison, Note, and Jaden, the top three now. That is absolutely incredible stuff. I was a bit confused why Powell wasn't coming on the leaderboard, but yeah, I don't think the timer thingy's in the pit lane, or actually the Formula 2 cars are past the pit lane, so that's why. But so Powell's also in here. Could we have a four-way fight for Powell? I really wish this was on a day where I had a bit more energy. It's because I had to cover FP2. Other than that, I'm usually fine. I don't have to cover FP1 or FP2. But I've had to cover both practice sessions, which means I've had to talk for an hour. Which is mostly podcasty stuff. Just waffle on. So yeah, the PRL energy is coming back. Of it being a close qualifying session. Because I know it was the Jaden domination. Before. Oh, that is Pal who's gone round. You'll continue on. It was the Jaden domination. So ever since last week, it's been ultra competitive, ultra exciting. Now, Note bringing it through Sachs hairpin now. Running wide. And he'll be bringing it to the end of the lap. We make our way through. Running wide once again for the Trident man. Note about to come across the line. What can he do? As he comes across the line, and Note goes fastest once again. It's Note back to P1, and it keeps changing and switching, and now Harrison gets the chance to respond. What a brilliant 12 minutes it's been of Formula 2 qualifying so far. Harrison across the line. Harrison takes it back away. Harrison once again takes it away. This is Formula 2 qualifying at its absolute finest. Palace now set the fastest last sector. but he wasn't. But he had a slow middle sector due to the spin. What can Jaden do? He's quickest of all in the second sector. Can he respond to them all? Jaden improves to the front row. He goes ahead of Note. What a brilliant Formula 2 session this is. Drivers, I'm about to reset the sky. 3, 2, 1. Just give them a warning, because it might scare them if it all just quickly changes.
I keep flipping, man.
Like
Jesus
that.
Christ.
As we make our way through, it's Harrison, Jaden, Note, Pal. Goodness me, this Formula 2 qualifying session is delivering. And then some. What a qualifying so far. This is improvement on improvement on improvement for every driver. We see Harrison go to the top. Note takes it away. Note's improving even more. We're watching him right now. This is just brilliant. Formula 2 at its absolute finest. And you can see the energy starting to come back in the commentary box. Even if I am tired. Even if I have missed a lot. This is just brilliant. Brilliant stuff. This might be the qualifying session of the season. We thought Brazil was good. Germany is on another level right now. Out of the final corner comes Note. Can he improve his time once again? Note going for the line. This time there's no improvement for the British driver who stays in P3. So it's a 1 minute 38.0 for Harrison, a 1 minute 38.1 for Jaden, a 1 minute 38.1.3 I should say for Note. And then it's Pal with a 1 minute 54, but he's still trying to get a clean lap without flipping on the board. Goodness me, Formula 2. What a session. I don't think we've seen, I mean, I'm 100% sure we haven't seen this all season so far, where it's constant improvement at the top. Yes, and to be fair, I don't even think we've seen it this exciting for any other position. Just wow. These drivers are putting on a show, and look how close it is. What a race we're gonna have tomorrow. I don't know who's gonna win, and the feature. And we know if Pal gets in front, then we know what you can do. So even if Pal is a little bit down compared to the top 3, we know what Pal's capable of if he's able to get in front of them all. Oh my god. 15 minutes and 35 seconds to go. Well, I've screamed a lot in F3. I've screamed a lot in Formula 2. I'm also screaming a lot in the virtual world of Formula 2 and PRL right now. Oh yeah, I technically did scream a bit in FP1 when I saw a certain driver into the barrier. Right when we were hyping him up. Oh look, Kimi Antonelli's quickest of all. Look at this. Oh, let's start the hype train. Oh, never mind. End it. Into the barrier. Oh well. I hope I'm not doing anything like this right now though. Hyping up this qualifying, and it turns out that let's say no drivers find an improvement after this. Oh god. Harrison improves his time at the front of the field. Not an improvement in the first, not an improvement from the second, all done in the third sector, and it wasn't even a purple in the third sector. Jaden, coming out of the final corner, he looks good in the first, has he been able to keep it together? In the third sector is the question. Jaden comes across the line, and he is going to be down on that lap, so he's not able to beat his own personal best. So that's the driver currently in second. The driver currently in third is Note. As he makes his way through, Harrison's going even quicker. Harrison's going even quicker. Well, everyone can debate about who's got the fastest car in F1. Everyone can debate all they want. Everyone can debate whether it's driver skill or not. In Formula 2, it's equal cars. And everyone's been given a chance to get used to it. They've all had quite a few rounds. So now we're seeing driver talent on show. Right, improvements everywhere I look. Bar Jaden, who's invalidated. Harrison with the purple first sector. Note with the purple second sector. Pal going a bit more quicker as well in the first than with what we've seen so far. Keep an eye though on Note. He is improving in the middle part of the lap. The middle part of the lap is the best we've seen so far. From Note, from anyone in this session. Has Note been able to keep it together in the third? Let's see what Note can do. Across the line, Note now takes P2. A 1 minute 38.003, and he's just 4 thousandths off Harrison. This is such a close session. Goodness me. Formula 2 at its absolute finest. I keep saying this because we don't see this. We haven't seen it all season long, and we're finally getting a close qualifying session. Note's improving again in the first sector. Oh, moment for Powell. who was up in the first and second sector, but that moment will cost him. Tomorrow, it could be interesting. Pal defending from everyone. Harrison, Note, and Jaden all attacking. Goodness me. Tomorrow is going to be some race. And Pal's still yet to win his first race in Formula 2. It looked so likely it was going to be last week. Drivers are about to reset to the sky. 3, 2, 1. Well, I'm doing it pretty frequently, so it's not interfering too much. But I just like to warn the drivers in case that it is major, so they don't get scared. Or, well, I guess if it happens randomly like that, then it might distract them. Not really scared, but you know, like, it might randomly distract them if I do that. So, not doing that. Pal's improving in the first sector. Note is going nicely as well in the... has gone nicely in the first sector. Let's see what about in the second and third. So, second it's a 49.2. Third sector about to come our way. Let's see what he is going to be able to do. It's becoming dark. 1 second, drivers. I'm going to have to reset the sky. And Note takes pole. What a lap from Note. A 1 minute 37.929. And he's beaten Harrison on that lap. A superb effort. Jaden, Harrison, Note, all debating pole. Pal also making his way through the first sector. How much improvement are we going to see? How many drivers are we going to see take a step forward? Now all the drivers are starting to get on top of these F2 cars, and we're seeing talent from all these drivers in equal machinery. That's what we love to see. And no one can make up any excuses. I know some people manage to make up excuses still, but unless you get mecha chromed, not really anyone can make any excuses. As, oh, that is close to the wall for Pal, out of the final corner, over the line he goes. Is that an improvement? It is an improvement, with the fastest last sector, so Pal's got time in him. Pal setting the fastest last sector at 27.081. The first sector was a 21.628. The middle sector was a 51.823. So the middle sector is where he's got to gain. That's where he's got to push, and that's where he's got to gain. He seems decent in the first. Not Harrison level of decent, but the middle sector is where he's really losing. Everyone on this lap, even no one's improving on this lap, but everyone else is set at 49. So definitely the 49 is where he needs to try aim for in that middle part of that. Are we going to see Jaden beaten to pole? It's been equal. Jaden's had all the opportunities. But this is fun. We're finally being able to see them all debated out. And that is what we absolutely love. And that is what we in FIA Formula 2. Note improving in the first again. Palace had a better middle sector at 50.6. He'd won even faster though, but still an improvement. He can build. There's still 9 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Usually these qualifyings go quick, but for me now this one feels slow because I've commentated so much today, and I've commentated the slowest of slowest sessions. Bar FP1, that was quick. F2 has been quick. F3's been quick. Everything's been quick, but it's felt long, just because I'm doing so much. But I think this might be the first day where I say every session's been enjoyable. Sometimes a PRL session might let us down because Jaden dominates qualifying. Sometimes an F3 session might let us down. Sometimes F1 might have the most boring practice. I think this has been one of the best Fridays, where it's just been constant action. Here is the man currently on pole position. He is trying to improve it, trying to increase his advantage. As we come out of the final corner on this circuit with Note, can he take a further step forward then and take it further away from Harrison and Jaden and Pal? Over the line comes Note, and he's not a personal best for Note. Pal was able to get his lap to a 1 minute 39. Sorry, I missed that. I was too focused at the front. Pal's improved his lap to a 1 minute 39, so he's in there. He's got to find a little bit more time, and he's absolutely in there. I think if he can get to a 49 in the middle sector, and maybe a few tenths both sectors in sector 1 and 2, that could be helpful for him. Drivers reset coming on the sky in 3, 2, 1. There we go. Well, Jaden is really pushing. Jaden said today in DMs, I wasn't able to reply to him because I was commentating F3 or F2 at the moment, at that time. But he sent me a DM saying that he's gonna, let me get it up, actually. I remember it, but I just want to make sure I get it word for word. He said to me in DMs, this weekend I'm going to be pushing to the limits in Formula 2. Well, pushing to the limits right now in Formula 2 puts himself behind Harrison, puts himself behind Note. I've never had a DM from him saying anything like that he's gonna, well, this season in Formula 2, I've not had a DM from him saying that. He said it, and the one day he tells me that, he can't contend with Note and Harrison at the moment. It's close though, it's close. He can contend, but he's just not able to take the time. He's not able to go way quicker. So him pushing to the limits is basically right now close to Note and Harrison. But he's improved his time that time around. It's a 1 minute 38.080. Oh god. That was close between Jaden and Pal on the circuit. Pal's had a 42.7 in the first sector anyway. As well. Oh, and Pal. There, we'll continue on. Seems like he's had a flip. 6 minutes and 35 seconds to go on the clock. The session's starting to calm down a little bit. Jaden said, stupid guy coming back onto the circuit like an idiot. Jaden's mad then. Oh god, what has gone on here? Pal's off the road, Jaden's off the road. And they're both having a little meeting. Both of them. Interesting. Well, is anyone going to improve? We had such a good start to the session. We've had a good session all the way through. Are we going to see any late improvement? I mean, even if we don't, we've had, I think, we've had one of the best qualifying sessions of the season anyway, even if we don't. But I'm hoping that we do see an improvement. I hope these drivers haven't pushed themselves too far, where they aren't able
Jesus Christ, man. These bumps are awful. Every time I touch the curb or touch the middle of the track, it just sends my car flying like the Apollo 11. Jesus Christ, it's fucking awful. Beats an Avatar issue, but it's fucking bullshit.
P4. And Jaden is going to be trying his absolute best to contend, to challenge. So is he going to be able to do it is the question. 5 minutes and under 30 seconds to go on the clock. This is brilliant. This is absolutely brilliant. To see Formula 2 and see the attack that we're getting. So Harrison's improving in the second sector. Harrison is improving in the second sector. So what is he going to be able to do is the question then. Over the line comes Harrison. And he can't improve. He's missed out on improving by, well, he's missed out by on equaling his time by 1,000. The margins are close. But he sent me a DM saying that he's gonna... I've noticed the quality of the audio has been a little quieter than usual. Apologies for that. Hopefully it's all back to normal. It is back to normal now. Note is going quickest of all in the second sector. While Harrison, while Jaden get close to improving their times, Note is like, well, let me just increase my time so no one can challenge. This is absolutely incredible stuff. As Note rotates the car, makes his way round the final corner. Is Note going to be able to take it further away from the field? Here comes the Trident to the line. Note improves his advantage to a 1 minute 37.782. Jaden improves his time as well. But it's still not good enough to take second. Formula 2 at its absolute finest. What a session. What a session it's been. This has been absolutely incredible. It's still not done yet. But now, can Harrison get those extra tenths? Can Jaden get the extra tenths? Can Powell find the lap of his life right now with the conditions he's in, with not the easiest time out there on the circuit? 3, 2, 1. I'm going to reset the sky. Perfect. I have to keep doing that. That's annoying. But just to make sure the drivers have the best time out there. Yeah. Note invalidated in the first sector. So we make our way through. In Monza it was Bright on pole. Spain it was Harrison. Then Australia, I believe it was Jaden who took pole position. I'll double check that. Does look like it was Jaden who took pole then. So it was Jaden on pole in Australia. Brazil last time out, it was Sunderland. So Notes trying to claim what would be his first pole in F2.
Of this car's so bad.
So Notes trying to claim what would be his first pole in FIA Formula 2.
Every time I turn the car, it just fucking flips over. It does a fucking
going to be. Here we go, round the final corner. Comes Harrison. Is he going to be able to improve his lap time this time around? Up towards the line. Goes the Prima man. No, he cannot. And this would be his final lap as well. This would be his final lap, so he's got to push. It's now or never. Now or never. To take pole position for Formula 2 in Germany is Note, who is currently there right now as well. And I don't think Harrison's going to be able to find the time. Harrison's not going to be able to find it. He has gone around. So that will be it for Harrison's qualifying. So he will be starting in second at best. What can Jaden do? Well, I think Jaden can start another lap time. 46, 45. Well, yeah, there's plenty of time, so Jaden will make it. I didn't think Harrison would make it because there was 1 minute and 24 seconds left on the clock when he crossed the line. And the best lap we've seen is 1 minute 37. So yeah, he isn't going to make it. So it'll be Jaden. Jaden improves to second place. Jaden with the fastest last sector improves to second place and makes Harrison's troubles even worse. And now we have 1 lap remaining with Jaden to try and take it away. Can he deny Note's pole position? Is the question. Note with a 1 minute 37.782. Jaden is not a personal best in the first sector. Note comes across the line. He gets to set another lap. Note gets to set another lap. So Note can push on again in case Jaden improves. Harrison's in the wall. He can't do anything. This is Powell's final effort as well. Powell making his way to the line. He can't do anything either. So it's Jaden versus Note. The top 2 places. Jaden with a great lap though. To go to second place right at the end of the session when it matters. Harrison denied a last lap in this session. Meanwhile, Jaden is going to be hoping to get the second sector of his life if he wants to take pole away. He is close to the wall as you can see in the ART. 49.262. The second sector doesn't look like it's an improvement either. But is he going to be able to go all in at the end? Can he go all in? Is he going to be able to deny? Note pole position. We make our way through the final few corners now. He's not improving in the first and second sector. He needs the most mightiest of final sectors if he wants to deny. Note to first pole position. Jaden going for the line. Jaden going for pole. Jaden takes it away. A 1 minute 37.713. And it's now over to Note to beat him right at the end. How on earth? Not an improvement in the first. Not an improvement in the second. Not an improvement in the third. But overall, it's somehow good enough to deny Note a pole. Unless Note can fight back. Can Note fight back? Now he will need the best last sector of the lot. Here comes Note towards the line. Is it a first pole for Note? It's not. Jaden, right at the end, found the lap for second, then found it for pole. And it's Jaden who will lead the feature race on Sunday. It'll be Powell starting on pole in the sprint, but it's Jaden who's taken the 2 points for pole. With a superb effort right at the end. Note is denied a first pole in F2. Harrison was denied a run right at the end overall. And Powell wasn't able to make his way through around the circuit with his car keeping flat to the floor. I've just looked at the chat with what Jaden's saying. Well, I guess we can go get some interviews if anyone's interested. No one's interested yet. Jaden's celebrating like crazy. Well, yeah, Jaden's celebrating like crazy. Jaden said probably best lap of my life. Okay, interesting. Seems like no one wants to speak to us. No one wants to speak to us at all. Well, Jaden's coming. We'll be able to get an interview from him at least. What a qualifying though. Right, Jaden, can we get a word then? In voice if possible. I can unmute you. Hello.
Yep, hello.
Hello. What a qualifying there for you.
Yep. Yeah. Very good qualifying.
So, what's your opinions on well, taking it right at the end? Were you expecting to take it right at the end? First of all, even from Harrison.
At the start I thought I had the pace, and obviously I was about 1 tenth down on average by Noah and Harrison, but then at the end, my second last lap, I realized that I knew the right lines, and then I had done it perfectly, and I improved. So then I decided to use that same lines to the end, and well, yeah, got pole.
Well, lovely stuff. So can you tell us then a little bit about the races that are coming our way today? The sprint tomorrow, the feature race on Sunday. The margins look close. You won't be able to deliver that every lap. So I think it's going to be an incredible three-way fight, maybe four-way fight if Pal can sort out whatever issues he's having.
I mean, you never know, because qualifying is different to the race. You make a mistake in qualifying, that's fine. You can do it. You can do it again. You don't have to worry about losing position. In the race, if you make a mistake, obviously you're losing position, so there's more pressure. So you never know about the race and who's got the race pace and stuff, but we're gonna have to see tomorrow.
We're gonna have to see tomorrow indeed. Thank you for speaking to us. Best of luck for the two races coming up this weekend.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, thank you very much for joining us then from everyone here at PRL. Brilliant to broadcast you another qualifying session, the best qualifying session of the season of FIA Formula 2. We will be back tomorrow for the sprint race on an extended broadcast when Formula 2 returns.